case you need a reminder, bullies suck. Don't be a bully. The Plague premiered earlier this year at the Cannes Film Festival to unanimous praise and just a lot of buzz surrounding it, just how good it was. From there, it played festivals. IFC picked it up for distribution. I made sure to keep it on my radar. I did not know much of anything going into it. All I knew was that the story centered around bullies, and this was at a summer camp, and specifically a water polo camp. That's basically all I know. It has Joel Edgerton, a very familiar face and a very underrated actor. The Plague is going to be, unfortunately, very relatable to a lot of people. It's one of the hardest movies to watch this year just because of how uncomfortable it is to witness bullying firsthand, but it is so well done and really just one of the strongest young adult films I've seen in recent memory. I want to get this out of the way. The idea of The Plague itself is very on the nose, and some might be actually pretty distracted by that watching the movie, and they're being like, I can't deal with this, and that's totally fair. To me, I did not find it to detract anything from the experience, really. I was just like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, I get that. I personally don't think the movie bashes you over the head with its ideas surrounding kind of this, disease. What makes the movie honestly feel claustrophobic and uncomfortable is honestly in large part due to the unnerving score and music. I found that to be one of the strongest aspects of the movie that helped really kind of captivate me. But also the ensemble here, which is primarily made up of obviously just 12, 13-year-old boys. It is filled with some of the strongest young adult performers I've seen in some time. Obviously, there are great young adult performances every year, and I'm talking like under 18. Actors in The Plague, I really think are going to blow a lot of people away because it feels so accurate. You have Everett Blunk, who plays Ben, good name. He's our lead character who is new to town. He's trying to fit in, and all he comes to find at this camp is just bullies. From the start, he is just bullied by one guy in particular, Kyle Martin, who really is just so evil, and he plays that so well, and so you have a character who is really trying to fit in. I think Blunk portrays that very well, and I think that you can just tell that this is someone who maybe can relate to this. I think we all can relate to wanting to fit in at one point or another in our lives. So I thought he was excellent, and then Martin is just so evil again. I also found that the movie wasn't so hard to watch to the point where like I just can't watch these characters go through what they're doing, or how their actions are affecting others, or how they're just going through it all. I feel like there are some times where you can just watch a movie and you're like, this is so hard to watch, like I can't watch these characters either put themselves through it or whatever. That's not the case with The Plague. I think that it all just felt like an accurate representation of how bullying works, especially how bullying can work when there's no real adult supervision around at all times. Joel Edgerton plays the coach, very good, no surprise. There's a great support system for our lead, and I honestly would have preferred maybe even a couple more scenes between him and the lead. But the number one thing is it just feels like an accurate and honest representation of how young boys specifically can be assholes, bullies, and they can be bullied too. It's uncomfortable to watch not only because you just inherently feel bad, also between the music and just visually, the movie really plays into how kind of gross bodies can be, especially at this very specific time period where your body is going through a lot of changes as a young male. Even just nervous tics, the movie highlights how a character really has a fascination with like fingernails. It's hard to watch whether something is gross or just you feel so much sympathy. Also some humorous moments here and there too. I liked how tight the runtime is too. The ending is particularly interesting as well. I think it definitely leads for potential conversations, whether you're seeing it in a theater or just seeing it with people. I feel like there's definitely a lot open for interpretation, and I'd like to say that some of the best endings are just like that. Overall, it's a very strong young adult story. I think a lot of people are going to, whether they can relate to, going to a water polo camp as a young male. Obviously, that's a very specific situation, but it's possible. Or just anyone that has been bullied, whether you are a young male or not. The performances are stellar across the board. It's uncomfortable and definitely hard to watch. It might not pack the most twists and turns, like I think that I did kind of see where it was going. It still has definitely a strong impact on the viewer. I'm gonna give The Plague a B, and I would definitely recommend streaming this one. Honestly, show this movie in schools to teach kids how powerful bullies can be. Even though you might not realize you're having such a negative impact on someone, it's really important to see the effects of it. If you've seen the movie, be sure to leave your thoughts on it down below in the comments. I would love to hear what you thought of it. I want to thank you so much for watching this review, and if you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.